Hello everyone, I'm Caroline and today I'm going to show you a haul. I'm going to show you what I've been up to while I've been away and let you know what's going on in the future. So let's have a look at my haul first. I've got lots of things to show you, and if you like fabric, you're going to really love this haul. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move all my fabric out of the way, like that. And then we'll have a look. Now, you know me, my favourite price. Look at the shape on this camera. That's better. You've got wires sticking in the way. I'm so unorganised today. My favourite price is £1. Now, I did not pay £1 for this tub. Whoops, goes back there. This is a container, and it's got a bottom layer as well. Now, I need some cottons, desperately. And I was looking at the price on cottons, and up until now, I've always bought second-hand job lots, and I can't find any reasonably priced second-hand job lots, and I now know why. Because the price of cotton is so high. So I paid £20 for this. I know. Try to stay calm, 20 whole pounds. But for me, this is worth it, and I'll show you why. Now, I've got all these are polyester threads. My desperate need was 100% cotton thread. And most of these Gutermann ones are polyester. If I show you, it says on there, 100% polyester. And I've got lots of lovely colours. It didn't look like this. It was all just clumped together in piles and bags and wasn't nicely laid out. It looks a lot more expensive now I've put all the colours in order. And these are cotton, these Silcos. So let's have a look. Where does it say? Mercerized cotton. So I've got lots of colours there and a little bit of white, not a lot. It's mainly white and very pale colours. This beige will be fine, that I was hoping for. But that's not a problem, because now I'm going to take this top layer out and show you the goodies underneath. That on the floor. And this is what is in the next layer. Now, I need some bobbins. I got a few bobbins, and some of them, they're just a little bit out of line. When I use my sewing machine, they tangle all the time. It's always the same ones. So I decided I was going to buy new bobbins, and I've never got around to it. I make do with the same two, and I'd like to be able to wind lots and lots of bobbins so that I can just... One runs out, pick up another one. It's just more efficient to have lots of bobbins all pre-wound. And these were in the tub. Now, I don't know what these are. These are about half the width of the bobbins I use. No idea what they're from. Probably some fancy machine, I don't know. Nice bit of cotton on them anyway. Maybe they'll work in my machine. I don't think they will. They're just going to clatter and flop about. So I don't think they're going to be any use in my machine. But that doesn't matter, because that's just a by the way. We've got this empty pack. Oh no, there are 3 little transparent bobbins in there. Oh, perfect. And they got, look at this, pretty colour plastic ones. I've never seen these before. I don't know if they'll be very well balanced. I'll find out. But they're so nice, and they've got some cotton on them. But they don't appear to be very, if I open them up, they don't seem to be very nicely wound. If I open this up. Now, if your bobbin isn't wound very nicely, very neatly, it can snag. So I pop that there. This one, you can see it's all sort of falling and flopping. It's a bit loose. So that may, I'll give it a try, but it may need just rewinding on with new threads. And then I've got this, which is perfect. These are just the right ones for me. And most of them seem pretty well wound. So I'm going to use up the colours on those. I'm going to salvage anything that can be salvaged. I'm going to wind loads and loads of white cotton on. But, as I said, I didn't have any white cotton. And that is where this lot comes in handy. Now, first of all, let's discount these two. These are transparent. Let's have a look. What does it say? Invisible or something. They're like an invisible thread, but this one is in a darker colour. Oh, there it is, right there. Wonder invisible thread. This is in a lighter colour, and I hate this stuff. I've never been able to sew with it. My sewing machine doesn't like it. And if you use it on clothing or anything that's going to touch your skin, it is so itchy. These little ends, they're like little tiny microscopic needles that keep sticking in you all the time. So I won't be using those. I may be able to come up with an idea for crafting. I could always hang things on them, couldn't I? And you wouldn't see them. They would be like invisible hangers. Big flying things. But I won't be sewing with those. So I'll pop those there. Oh, look, everything's all muddled up. I did film this video last night, and I did it the night before, and I did it as a live show, and nobody came on, which I thought was rather strange. And then everything started flashing up when I tried to get back in at the end of it and see how things had gone, and YouTube said, no, it's not available, it's gone, it's corrupted. I went, oh no, all that work. And a few people were waiting for the live show, and it never happened. Well, it did happen, but you don't know where I was, and I don't know where I was. Anyway, moving on. So now everything I have shown you all once. It's just that nobody was watching. It's not your fault. So I got these cottons. Now these are cotton Gutermans. This is a lovely like cappuccino colour. I quite like this. But if I show you, there are 800 metres on these, and I'm going to use my nail and stick it in there, and I can't get to the bottom of that. There's so much thread on there. Well, I suppose that's the width of it in there. So there's a lot of white on there, and then I got this white on here, which I think, I'm not convinced this is cotton. I think this, let's see if I can snap it. Oh, it's very tough. It's at least, it's a Wonderfil. Wonderfil? I don't know. Deco Bob? No idea what that is. And I got this, which is strange. It's like a string, a thin string. So I don't really know what that's for either. well, we'll find out. And then I got Dual Duty Plus for hand quilting. So I'm not quite sure why that's special for hand quilting. Polyester, it's a glacé finish. 68% polyester, 32% cotton. So let's have a look. See if I can... Oh, they wound that round enough. Oh, so there we go. That's what quilting thread looks like. No idea. Never had it before. And then I got... These are cotton Gutermans. They've got like a different colour plasticky bit inside. There you go. 100% cotton. That's a nice one, isn't it? Almost looks like it'd be good for sewing denim. I don't know if it would. And a pink one. And then I got these white ones here. And these are Metler. Now, I've never used Metler before. Silk finish, 100% mercerized cotton. So, I'll show you on there. They just look like cotton. So, and they seem like pretty good quality. So, I'm happy with those. So, I've got much more than 20. If I'd had to go out and buy a couple of cones of new cotton or reels of cotton, it would have cost me the £20. I've now got tub. I've got, all my very noisy bobbins. And those ones make me happy, even if they're useless. And I've also got, I'll pick it up off the floor. I'll be back. I'm coming, wait for me. I've got all these as well. So I think it was worth it. It's not my favourite price, far from my favourite price, but I needed this, so I'm quite happy. Well, if we look here, I can see a price. That one from Hobby Craft, goodness knows how long ago, was £3.75. So when you think, what are you looking at? 6, 7 of those would be all the money. And just in this layer, you've got 1, 2, 3 of those size, plus that big one, plus all the rest of these cottons, plus the cottons in the bottom of there. So I've done okay. And now I'm never going to run out of colours, am I? Look at all these different shades. Right, let's move on. Pop these down here. Like that. And let's have a look. Well, before I show you the fabric, I'm going to show you something. My husband saw this in the shop. He said, have you seen this? I said, oh yeah, that's really cute. It's a big cotton reel. It's actually, if I take the lid off, a sewing box. Look at that. Now, it's a bit grubby. And he said, you're going to get yourself it. I said, no, I've spent a lot of money already. I don't want to spend any more. And he said, go on, I'm buying that for you. So he bought it for me. And it was, he is the last of the big spenders, £1.50. Now, I don't know what these are for. I understand these. It's to lift this top little bit out. You can put your scissors in there. Your sewing projects in the bottom. But then you've got this here, 2 there and 2 there. And I have no idea what they're for. So if you've got one of these and you know what I'm supposed to do with these, I have no idea. They sort of hang there looking all floppy. So no idea what they are. So I'm going to give this a good dust off. I may give it a wipe over with something like a wet wipe. See if it'll clean up a bit better. It was £1.50 from the YMCA. And it says, may your bobbin always be full. I love it. It just makes me happy. I like things that make me happy. And that makes me happy. Even though it's a bit grubby, I'll sort all that out. Isn't that lovely? And it was a gift too. Can't go wrong. Right, speaking of gifts, keeping the suspense going. Oh, where's the fabric? Where's the fabric? I got to show you this. I've had a gift, and this is from Yvonne Wilson. So thank you ever so much, Yvonne. This is perfect. You would not believe the amount of glue sticks I get through. It's unbelievable. And so now I've got some spare ones. And these, they come on this little holder so I can... I tell you what, we'll open it up. Why not? Ooh, it's always exciting opening up new supplies. Take that plastic right off. And look, they're all on this little stand, so I can take one off, pop it back on, and keep these there, which is the area you can't see. That I keep all the things that are not very pretty when I'm using them, and perhaps cluttering the place up a little bit. For instance, what I've got in there, my cling film. It's amazing what I've got. Saran wrap, for those of you who I think the United States are the only people who use the word saran wrap. I'm not sure. So thank you very much, Yvonne. I really do appreciate it. It's so kind of you, and it's made my day. Thank you so much. Right. Now we're going to have a look at some fabric. Now there was somebody, I think it's a quilter, who was given up quilting or has sadly passed away or something, because there were so many different types of fabric for sale in the charity shop or thrift store. And I decided to pick up a few. I know, I picked up too many. I have overdone it, but I console myself in the fact that I save so much money. If you think about a fat quarter, you won't get a nice fat quarter for £1. And these are supposed to be three quat quarters. 3 fat quarters for £3. So I picked some patterns I liked and I bought them. And look at this. So the measurements, I can't find them. This is Animal Kingdom bamboo. This is a fat score. I keep saying it's the wrong word today. A fat squatter. It's a fat quarter. That's a fat quarter. Let's have a look at this one. Looks like, yes, that's near enough a fat quarter, isn't it? I think that's a long quarter. Yep. Yep. I'd say long quarter. So I got those for... They're a real nice quality fabric. They go together so nicely. 3 for £3. I won't put them back in the bag, so we'll be here forever. But not everything, I think, was a quarter. I was looking, thinking, I'm sure there's more than a quarter in some of these. So I've got this yellow fat quarter. And this again was £3. But I've got this now. I thought this was Liberty fabric, but it isn't. Well, unless somebody's cut the selvage off that says Liberty fabric, but I don't think that's been cut. I think that's the way it is. You can see the little stitches along there, perhaps, where this is the selvage. But look at the pattern. That's very Art Nouveau, isn't it? I love it. And along with that came, now this blue, I think, doesn't go with those. I think it's too bright, and I'm not sure what the word would be that would distinguish them. This is more muted blues. This is more like, ooh, in your face blues. And this is like thunder and lightning in a clear blue sky, should we call it? And this is definitely, I don't know, it could be a long quarter with a bit chopped out. I don't want to measure everything. Yeah, it's probably a long quarter with a bit chopped out. So I'll fold that up roughly right. Whenever I get fabric that's been folded, I don't like folding it where it isn't already folded. I don't know why. I feel like I should put it back the way it was, even if it isn't quite folded properly. That one goes up there. I've got this one. Now, this did have 3 in, but there seems to be one missing. Because I did it last night, one recording already, I seem to have lost the 3rd of this one, but it is there somewhere. And these are like a batik. I'm not sure if they're actual batik or printed to look like batik. Let's open them up. See if we can see on the inside. That may give us some indication if we can get in. How do you get in? There must be a way in. It can't be a tube. Or is it a tube? It's a mystery. I'm in. Right. It's right throughs. It's more like it has been dropped in a dye rather than printed on the surface. I think it could be batiks. If so, batik fabric is really expensive. Gorgeous, but expensive. So I've got this one and I've got this one, but I can't find the other one. This was definitely 3 in the pack for, you guessed it, £3. And I got these 3 as well, which I think are batiks. So we got this one, which is, I like this. This is a daisy and coffee stain. We'll call it that pattern. This, it's got to be a lily, hasn't it? I'd say a lily. There. Let's open it up a little bit more. Lilies or leaves? I'm not quite sure. They look, I think they're supposed to be lilies, yes. I'm going for lilies. And then you've got this one, which is a bit orakeely. Don't know if you agree there. Do you think that's rather orakeely? I think so. Reminds me of the Kenko coffee jars. The coffee all came in the jars with all the Keeley designs on, and now people are buying those on eBay, older ones, because they like collecting them. So I've got myself some more of those. And before I do any more fabric, let's have a little break now, and I'll tell you where I've been and what I've been up to. So I'll just bring over some things here, there, and I'll chat to you. Now, about a month ago, I got a virus and I was quite ill and I got a really bad sore throat, terrible headaches. And I thought, ooh, I hope this isn't COVID. And I wasn't, it felt like flu, but I wasn't really desperately ill. You know, I didn't need hospitalisation or anything. And then it took me forever to get better, but I'm still ridiculously tired. I've been, up until about a week ago, I was still needing to go to sleep twice a day during the day to make it through to the evening. So I was just too tired to do any crafting. So that's why I haven't been making any videos. I've had no imagination when it came to creativity or anything. So what I did do is I thought, let's do something that's really, really simple. So I did. And this is, there's a Japanese fabric, what's the word would be, a technique, I suppose, for using up old, broken, tatty, worn out bits of fabric to make new fabric, and it's called sashiko. And you basically get layers of fabric and you layer them one on top of the other. And this type of sashiko, I've taken a flat piece of fabric, folded under the ends. No, I didn't even fold under the ends on this first one. I then took all my little bits and pieces, folded the ends under, start and go right the way around the outside so that your foundation edges are done, and then work your way into the middle. And then you stitch around and around the edges, and then come in one, and in one, and in one, and every time you need to add a bit of fabric, you add another little bit of fabric until you get to the middle. I just put a little bit of zigzaggy there and with some out there, just to give it a little bit more interest. And sewed the sides there and there. Got myself a little pouch bag. Put a button on there with this little bit of lace, so now I can put anything in there. Oh, I could even, look at this, I could put my Scotch glue sticks in there, and then you can fold it over to where it needs to go, and then wrap this around. Now you can either tie it in a bow, or you can just wind it round the button if you want to, because I put a button on there. So I made one of those, and I thought, I'm really enjoying this. It's very therapeutic. There's absolutely no brain power involved at all. I'm going to do that again. So I did. And I made this. This one, I decided, I've got a spinning wheel, and I've never got anywhere to put my spinning fibre. So I thought, I know, I made a very large piece of fabric. I folded it in on the edges here, so I've got my wool threader to put my wool through the orifice, and I've got some spare bits. This is a tension break band kit in there, and then I keep all my fibre in here for spinning. I did this probably about 10 years ago now. I dyed this with some Kool-Aid. I love dyeing with Kool-Aid. If you do fabric or if you do wool, the smell in the house is wonderful. There are people who don't like drinking it because it's got so many chemicals in, but when it comes to dyeing things, it is brilliant. And look how vibrant the colour is. And this bright green is one of the colours of Kool-Aid that really makes me happy. So I tend to dye a lot of things green. And now I can pop my, put my hook up. I can pop my fleece in there, and then I put this on. It's just a little bit of ribbon. I put this on with the same method of like quilting stitches around there, running stitches. I now tie this around the end of my spinning wheel, and then when I need more fibre, I just dip in, get some more, and I'm away. So I made that. And time's been going on, and I'm thinking, oh, I can't not make something. I've got to make something else. I know I'm going to be really creative, and I'm going to try making the similar sort of thing, only with my sewing machine. So I've done exactly the same thing again. A big long square. I got this fabric. I'll show you in there. And then I added lots of squares. Again, you do the outside and then slowly work your way in. And as you put, like if you put, let me see if I got a piece of small fabric here. Just a second. This shirt, say I was going to use this, and this piece wasn't here. So I'd fold over the edge there. A bit of a run like that. Fold over the edge there. Like that. Pop it in place on the edge, the folded edge of the bottom bit. And then start your stitching with my sewing machine, either by hand or with your sewing machine. And with my sewing machine, I went around there, worked my way, putting the edge in all the way round and then working into the middle. For this, I decided I'd go for a country theme. So I had some, you may have seen this on another whole video of mine. I got this fabric from Temu, all different colour sunflower fabrics. And I added lots of these of just old shirts I got from thrift stores, charity shops, washed them, made things with them, and these are just the spare bits. I then made 2 rectangles, one for each end, so I got like a gusset. And then this is a belt off, I can't remember what now, something I got from the thrift store or charity shop. And it's made a nice bag. I still don't know what I'm going to use it for. Lovely project bag, I thought. It's full of mistakes. I mean, look at that. Those lines are nowhere near straight. I've got joins all over the place. But I don't care because I enjoyed it. And for me, that's the #1 reason for doing crafts, is to enjoy myself. And if I was like, oh no, I've got to undo all this, I've got to unpick all this because it's not straight, what am I going to do? I don't worry. I think I like it. And so I'm happy. So that is what I've been up to. And I am hoping to get back with a craft video next week. I can't guarantee it, and I don't know I'm going to be able to put out a video every week just for a while, because I'm down to just sleeping once a day, but I still can't get through a day without sleeping, and I'm not back to normal, you know you're not right. I'm a bit like that, so I don't want to moan. I'm just telling you how I'm feeling so that you know what's going on and what to expect in the future. So hopefully by the time July arrives, and we've got Christmas in July coming, I'll be fighting fit and rearing to go, and it'll be every week. And you know what it's like in Christmas in July. Oh, I love it. We do loads and loads of crafts. And I'm already thinking, I can't wait to get my hands on my Christmas stash. It's all sitting there waiting for Christmas in July. So let's get back to some fabric. I showed you those. I got this. I love this. I don't know why I love it. This was £2 and there's nearly a metre there. And there's the name. Somewhere on the selvage is the name. Where's it gone? It's Modern or something, is it called? Essentials by studiofabrics.com. And I really liked it. It's a colour. And also I think because I'm really getting into doing Japanese type stitching, there's some people do only like beiges and creams and whites. And I thought this would be perfect. I quite like that because it's got such a peaceful look to it. And there's such a lot here. I can do something substantial with that. So that is going to be fun. I'm not sure what yet. But at the moment, if I do anything, it'll just be more squares. Along the same theme as I've been doing. Stitch, stitch, stitch. Because it's sort of really, there's no stress in it at all. So I got that. And let's open up another pack, is it? Oh, before I do this one, I've got to show you. You really got to see this one. This really makes me laugh. This doesn't make me smile. This makes me laugh. I have never seen fabric like this before. There's a pack of 3 here. I'll show you the sensible ones first. This is lovely. Look at that. It's a fat quarter. It's Cafe Facet for Rowan. It's called Line Dance. No idea why it's Line Dance. I suppose the lines are dancing on the flowers. That's a long quarter. And so that worked out at £1 for the Cafe Facet fabric. Can't be bad. Got this one, which is a semi-solid, I think they call them. Perfect palette designs, I would imagine that says. So I got that there. But this. Now, let me know if this makes you laugh or makes you cringe, or you're just like, I don't see what all the fuss is about. is this? Look at this. Oh, dear, 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 dear. It looks like, you know when you go to have your eyes tested and they put the optometrist or whatever you call him, optician, will shine the torch in your eye, and after a couple of seconds you can see all the blood vessels at the back of your eye. And somebody has made a fabric that looks exactly like the blood vessels on the back of your eyeball. Now, okay, can you think of anything? The only thing I could possibly think of to do with that is something for Halloween. I think that is really, really weird. Oh, just a second. I'm going to take a sip of my water. Apologies for any gulping. So, go on, let me know in the comments, what on earth would you do with that? I'm pretty stumped. I have no idea. I think what I'll do is I'll keep it, and then every time I'm feeling down in the dumps, I'll get it out, look at it, and think, oh yes, that's really funny, and that should brighten me up. Perhaps I could use that, couldn't I, as make happy cards with it and send people birthday cards and Christmas cards to keep in their pocket with a picture of the blood vessels at the back of an eyeball. If they can keep a straight face, then that would be very amusing. So anyway, that amused me. That's my sense of humour. It's very strange. I get it from my father. My father had a terrible sense of humour too. Right then, let's have a look in this bag. Again, £3. This is really zany. Look at that. It reminds me a bit of Italian marbling. That's a full ½ metre. So again, not a quarter. It's a ½ metre. And my grandfather was a self-employed painter decorator, and he had lots of books for his accounts and things over the years. And eventually, when he retired, he gave them to me because there were a lot of, well, they just had like the first 10 pages done and then he'd finished work. And the inside paper plates on the covers were this sort of marbling. And oh, I loved them. I just used to love staring at them, looking at the patterns, the colours. So that reminds me, in a strange way, of my grandfather. Not everybody could say something as zany as that would remind them of their granddad. I got this one, which, let's see if it's got a name on it. Oh, yes, it has. This is, it's upside down, Kona Bay Fabrics, Shib 05. Whatever that is, from 2008. So we're about 16-year-old on that. Ooh, now that on my screen is flashing. I'll put it away just in case it's flashing on your screen. ½ metre of that again. Look at this one. I think you'll like this. I'm going to open this up. When do you think this cost me £1? This has got to be ½ metre. And there we got a postcard with a dandelion clock on. Look at this. I love this one. Postcard with a bee on. Postcard with, now I'm guessing nuthatch. I have no idea what bird that is. I can't see anything on there. Nothing's readable. There are some words, but nothing's readable. So, am I right? Is that a nuthatch? I could be completely making that up. We got that one with the cosmos and a ladybird. Over here we got a dragonfly. Lovely panels. This one's got a butterfly. Oh, look at the name on that. Anne something Johnson. Ah. I don't live in Michigan though. We got a red cardinal. That's lovely. And a sunflower. So that is by, let's have a look. Postcard Garden by Michelle Palmer, licensed through Linda McDonald Inc. for Red Rooster Fabrics. So Red Rooster Fabrics, this is. No, there's no date on it. I can't see a date. That is gorgeous. I don't know what to make with that, but I want to make that into something. Oh, I'm not sure what to do. I mean, I could use the panels and make like a bag and have a panel on each side. I could make pillows with it. Could make a quilt with it. But you could just put this with make a quilt sandwich with it and then just quilt it. It would look lovely like that. So I'm not sure. Well, it's only ½ metre long, so it's not enough for that. Really doesn't. Oh, it's okay for a baby quilt, or a dog quilt, or even a lap quilt for a small person. Let me look, see what I haven't done. We'll have a look at this one. Now, this one I wasn't going to buy. I thought, oh, that's got nylon in it. I don't want to buy nylon. And then I thought, wait a minute, let me check it. It's not nylon. It's a nylon print. They printed it to look like cheap, nasty nylon. And it's actually 100% cotton. So that, well, I have no idea what on earth I'll use it for, but I'll get it because it's cotton. If I go, you can always find a use for your ugly fabric, so that'll be fine. It's no length. I think that's quarter of a metre, but they've chopped a bit off. Look at this one. I'm not sure if that reminds me of fire or spikes, like a thorn bush. I think, is there such a thing as a fire bush? If there was, then I think that's what it would look like. And there's half a metre of this. That is lovely. Oh, it's got a name. It's got a name. We've got to check the name out. Marbled Alchemy by the Woodrow Studio, licensed by Cockerell Papers, Cambridge, England. The UK's oldest established marblers. Oh, so there you go. I was saying about it being like Italian marble, and this one is by the oldest English marblers. Interesting. And then we got this one. Look at this. Look at this. It's a cute one. Weird dogs. Lots of different dogs. And that reminds me of my daughter's rescue dog, Prince, who was a bulldog. And poor thing, so many health issues. He could hardly walk and hardly breathe when they had him. They've spent a fortune on operations for him. And he's having such a wonderful life now. What else have we got here? I'm not very good on my dogs. So that is that Nikita, possibly? I don't know. And could that be a beagle? What do you reckon? Beagle? I don't know. Not many recognisable ones on there. So that was it. I hope you enjoyed this haul. Oh, I had such fun. Well, I had fun picking my fabrics, but it was difficult leaving any there. How do you decide? There was just such a variety. There was a bit of everything. I don't think anybody who likes fabric could have walked into that shop and not had so much temptation that they thought their head was about to burst. It was wonderful. Well, I will see you all soon. Hopefully next Friday. If not, it'll be the Friday after, but I'm definitely going to be working now to getting something out to show you for spring, and then fortnightly for a bit perhaps, and then weekly, but I'm getting better all the time. Thank you so much for all your well wishes. For those of you who know I was ill, and for anybody who didn't know where I was, thank you ever so much for your concern. And also thank you for all my birthday wishes from back in March. Oh, that seems forever away now. So I'll see you all next time, but until then, happy crafting and have fun. Bye.